distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed invitees, and my dear young friends, those who are ambitious, those who are aspirational to achieve something great in life. அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். We know that Netaji's actual birthday falls on 23rd of January, tomorrow. But we also know that he should live, and he lives in our heart every day of the year. So every day should be a day of remembrance of this great son of Ma Bharati. Previous speakers have spoken about him. They have given you very informative pieces. You are all young leaders of our country. It will be good if you dwell on them, learn more about Netaji. Why do we do that? Why do we have to remember Netaji? Yes, one can say he is a great leader, he gave us the freedom. But the fact remains that after our country became independent, unfortunately, the history of national freedom movement was grossly abridged, shortened, and dynastic politics in this country kept it limited to a few people, as if they and they alone brought this independence to this great country. Countless number of people who gave their life, their martyrs, they're all over the country, not only from any one part of it. Thousands and thousands from here, this land, Tamil land, also have given their life, they have made ultimate sacrifices. Over 6,000 of youth had gone from here to join Netaji and fight the British. So, all those people, those who gave their life, they gave their blood for a dream, and dream is their children like us to be independent. Can we forget them? Will it be okay? That will be ingratitude. Those who have given their life for us to be free, if we forget them, if we remove them from the pages of history, and at the most some of them are placed in the footnotes, that would be the mark of greatest or meanest ingratitude. And we know that an ungrateful society, an ungrateful nation, ungrateful people have no future. Unless we remember, and with gratitude, all those martyrs, all those who gave their life and blood. So when we remember Netaji, we remember all those people. Those who brought us the freedom, those who contributed so much. You know, he was such a charismatic leader. I had the occasion to meet some people, those who had worked with him, those who fought with him. And the stories that they tell, the magnetic, charismatic personality of this great man, and what kind of appeal he had on the youth. You know, Netaji was the leader who first liberated parts of this country. We know that Andaman Nicobar Island this ours, it was liberated by Netaji first. That was the first territory of India which was liberated from the British control. That is why this Port Blair has been recently named as Netaji, named after him. While fighting and pushing the British, liberating Malaysia, Burma, when he entered India, I have been to the village where he made his headquarters. Interesting story. Much of our freedom history we do not know because it has not been brought to our notice. When I was in Nagaland, there were many village chiefs who were over 100 years age. Pretty healthy. Today we talk about all those things. Pretty healthy. So those who were above 100 years, I decided to felicitate them, to honor them, going to their villages. Because they were the icons for the young people, how to live a healthy life. So during the course of these visits to one of the villages, it is a fake district and the village name is Ruzazo. There the village chief was 104 years old, a very strong man, walking straight, doing his farm work, absolutely healthy. No blood pressure, no sugar. So after felicitation address, he took me his home. And in his sitting room, while he offered tea, I found in the corner of this sitting room, there was a life-size cutout of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose with a garland. I was intrigued and impressed both because Nagaland for long, it has been a troubled area where a set of people have been trying to, claim that they are not Indians and they will be separate and fighting insurgency. So in this kind of environment, you have a village chief in his house, Netaji's presence. I asked him, you seem to be very impressed by him. And he was livid. He was very angry with me. You know what he said? The old gentleman looks at me and says, with anger, livid face, it is you people have forgotten him. I am chief because of him. It is he who made me the chief. And then he narrated the story, 1944. 1944 he came, advanced from Burma, liberated some parts of what is Nagaland today, and made that village Ruzazo as a headquarter because the final assault was on Kohima. And there, this man was a young man, about nearly 24, 25 years age. He was so impressed, they used to go along with him for ambushes, for fighting. And Netaji was so impressed, he made him the chief. And you know, his story. And there were some others. Because then I was curious, he would not have been there alone. Netaji's personality was so charismatic. Then when we started the research, we found that nearly 1,000 Naga youths, 1,000, not one or two. When Netaji entered from Burma, nearly 1,000 Naga youth joined him to fight the British. And he narrated the stories. This place, there was an ambush. This place, they killed so many of British guys. At such and such place, they lost. And in the evening, he insisted I should stay at his house. So I said, okay, fine. So as a governor, I stayed at his house in the village. And in the evening, the village organized a cultural program. And in the cultural program, the ladies, they sang songs. They danced and sang songs. And they sang song on Netaji. It is there in the folklore. Imagine, a person does not get into the folklore of a society unless that person has touched the heart of the society. They were so impressed, and the folklores were very fascinating. I wanted to know because they did it in their own dialect. I wanted to understand, and then they said, many of the folklores were, the ladies were, when Netaji used to leave in the morning to fight with his troops, ladies used to pray for him that no harm should come his way. This great man. The whole society admired him. He was such a personality. And when we have over 6,000 people from here, when I came here and I found Netaji has a great resonance with the people of Tamil Nadu, and wherever I went, I heard the story. Then I wanted to know who were they, how many of them were there. And then when we did the survey, we found nearly 5,000 plus already identified people. Youth from Tamil Nadu, what we call Tamil Nadu today, then it was Madras state. They went and joined Netaji. And why did they go? They went because, again, this part of our history is not taught to us. About 10 lakhs of people from this land, Tamil Nadu, 10 lakhs plus, they were taken as slaves by the British. They called them indentured laborers, but they were slaves to their colonies, Burma, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Fiji, Mauritius, to work in the field. They did the same kind of a slave trade which Americans did for the Africans when they took them as slaves. And those people, our people, those who were taken to those areas to work in the field, they lived in very, very atrocious circumstances. And when they got to know that here was a person who was leading from Singapore, they sent the message back home. Look, I think the days of our liberation, our freedom is coming. And those messages inspired youth of this place. They went in hordes. As I told you that more than 5,000 already identified the family, the individuals, and from all over the state. Now, this part of our story is not known to us. When we look into the curriculum of our schools and colleges, this is not nowhere it is mentioned. It has not even been researched. After all, we know that we have a large Tamil diaspora in all these countries. How did they go? Under what circumstances they were taken? All have been suppressed. They were taken in the most atrocious circumstances as slaves. They used to be sold to the landlords of those places. They used to be markets when they used to buy them and used to put them in the field and put them in the most extreme subhuman conditions. This is not there in our textbook. It's not there in our textbook that so many of people, they went over there, joined INA and fought the British. There is so much of sacrifices, so much that our people have made. And they have made from all over the country. Even in Nagaland, the tribes, no village was captured by the British without fight, without bloodshed. And countless number of people, though, whom we call them tribals, living in the hills, they have given their lives. This, unless we do not know the value of freedom. To us, the freedom, it has been told to us the freedom was a friendly exchange, a transfer of power. Our freedom came through Act of British Parliament. India Independence Act 1947. British Parliament passed an act. We are making India independent. Was it so? If you do not know the sacrifices, the cost, the value of it is lost. It is not good for us. It is because this loss of our past, the prices, the cost, that the country over the years after independence, we kept declining. At the time of independence, we were the 6th largest economy in the world. And by 2014, we dropped to 11th. This was our plight. Nobody took us seriously. The Indians, those who traveled abroad, they knew how they were treated at immigration points in different countries, especially in Europe and America, and even in advanced Asian countries. We were nobody. In the field of science and technology, every field, we kept losing the ground. We kept just growing in number. But as far as India, such a big country, our heft was nowhere. In fact, for the first time in 2004, when this tsunami had hit, and at the time, there was, tragedy here, of course, and the tragedy in Sri Lanka. And we had sent, when some countries offered to help us, we said, thank you very much, help the others. We helped the people in those countries. I was in France. in a rural areas. And in the evening, one elderly French gentleman, he got up, he shook my hand. He says, you are Indian, I'm so proud. India today does not accept instead of assistance, instead India offers assistance. That happened at the time. And we all, for the first time, getting that kind of appreciation outside, a feel of India. But then, again, our slide continued. Today, we are from the 11th, from the fragile 5 economies. The world has written us off. India used to be counted in the 5 fragile economies of the world. Today we are the 5th largest economy of the world. Today we are the fastest growing large economy of the world. In every field, we are recognized. Weight of India is appreciated. From nowhere, from the margin, we are at the center of international affairs. There was a time when we were footnote on the sites. Nobody took us seriously. Today, no worthwhile decision in the world can be taken without India being on the table. This is the change that has happened in last 10 years. It has happened. One of the reasons is we are grateful to the people. We are restoring our heritage. And the heritage of sacrifice is important among them. When India completed 75 years of independence, the campaign began. Let us find out all the unsung heroes. I have shared on certain platforms when I came to this state in September 2021, and I wanted the list of freedom fighters from Tamil Nadu. The list which came to me was less than 40 names, less than 40. I couldn't believe it. How could it be so? And when we started digging away thousands and thousands and thousands, we must remember them. Only then we know the worth, the value. And then we are reminded constantly, why did they die? Not only just to make us free, but also for a dream that make this country free. At the same time, take this country as the leader of the world, which it was till 18th century. I don't know how many of you have read it, which has been given to us to believe that we were always behind. There was nothing in the past. The fact is, until the beginning of 19th century, our economy was the largest economy in the world. There was no America, there was no Europe. Ours was the largest and only economy that came close to us was China. We are descendants, inheritors of such great heritage. So they died, they gave their life also to restore that pride. This country must grow to her destiny. Her destiny is be the leader of the world for the good of the world. You are all young leaders. The future is yours. You know, you are all aspirant. You are all ambitious. I know you have a determination. You like to get into civil services. Wonderful. Those who do not by any chance, I wish you all the best. You have so many opportunities, unprecedented opportunities before you. Grow large. Don't think small. If you think small, if you dream small, you will never grow big. And you are at an age when if you have determination, if you have a dream and a determination to fulfill the dream, nothing in the world is going to stop you from fulfilling the dream. And friends, I'm not just telling you as a person, just trying to motivate you by empty words. I have lived through that. I have told at many platforms the background through which I have come. Many of you, I think all of you must have are from a background better than that I came from. I never allowed the handicaps. I never allowed the problems to come in my way. You must get baptized through fire. Unless you pass through fire, unless the gold passes through fire, it doesn't shine. Welcome the difficulties. Let the difficulties come. Nothing worthwhile in life is achieved unless you have faced difficulties, unless you have made efforts to get it. Something comes on a platter is nothing worthwhile. You dream. This is what I say to my young friends. Dream big. And it is a time that you can dream big. And there are youth like you who are dreaming big. Imagine, till 10 years back, in every field, we were so behind. In the field of startups, we're nowhere, just about 300 to 400 startups in such a big country. We were nowhere in the map, a startup map of the world. Today we are among the top 3. We have more than 160,000 startups. Many of them are unicorn. What I am trying to say is, and who are they? These startups have been built by young people like you. Our young men and women are doing it. There is no limit today, my friends. There is no limit to your growth. Your only limit to your growth is your dream. If you're small, never grow. You will never grow. If you dream large, and have a determination and the confidence, and that would be a tribute to those who gave their life. Because when you grow in life, when you grow personally in your life, it's not only you grow, your family grows. The nation grows. Nation growth is not in abstract, someone else will grow. No. You know, in our state, we have more than 1 crore 50 lakhs Mudra loan beneficiaries. You know Mudra loan, by now you might be knowing it. You can easily get up to 10 lakhs rupees collateral free. Now it has gone to 20 lakhs. So I visit the rural areas of our state, meet the rural women, what they are doing. Of this 1 crore 50 lakhs plus beneficiaries, nearly half of them are women. And when I talk to them, I hear the stories so inspiring. A rural woman living in village, taking this small loan, has started something. Small enterprises. She was a housewife doing just normal, usual house chores. But now, with her enterprise and availability of capital, someone has set up a shop, tea shop. Someone has set up a tailoring, bought some tailoring machines. Some have formed a self-help group. Some bought some cows and selling milk. Now, it is these micro revolutions which has brought this country from 11th economy to the 5th largest economy. These are not by big companies, big industries. It is these small, those of you who are students of mathematics, differential and integration. It is a small differentials when integrated make this country great. This is happening in this country. I have seen in our own very state. They are young school students who are innovating. I have shared at certain platforms. Young high school students from a rural district. She has fabricated a solar energy powered ironing cart. Because that high school student, when she saw this people in every street, you have at the corner somebody doing the ironing for the colony. They burn coals. She did the study. She was concerned about environment. Imagine, in the rural areas. Environment, how much coal they burn, how much carbon it must be emitting, all these. And she did the calculation and she was shocked. She says, no, there must be a solution to this. And she worked. She designed. And she sent her design to Ahmedabad, where there is a national center. Now the center has been replicated at other places also. She sent the design that, look, I have in mind this idea of creating a solar-powered card for protection of environment. They found this very appealing. They invited her. She stayed there for 3 months. And along with her, they designed the prototype. Imagine. Now this is new Bharat. This is new India. This is new India where you have unbounded opportunities. So whichever field, whatever option that you choose, you must put your best. And this is what Netaji taught us. He dedicated his life. He wanted, his whole mission was, our country must be free. He was deeply inspired by Swami Vivekananda. He says, look, decide, awake, arise, stop not until you have achieved the goal. You have in mind a goal. Don't stop. There is no stopping halfway. And those of you who are young, not stopping halfway also means sleep in moderation. Don't sleep too late. Don't wake up late in the morning or day. Don't waste too much time on your mobile and a screen. These are distractions. They make you dull. Let me tell you frankly. If those of you who are spending too much time on your screen, it damages your cognitive power, thinking power. It has been scientifically established. Keep away. These are distractions you must overcome to move forward in your life and achieve something great in your life, and that will bring greatness to our nation's life. You know that the nation has taken a resolve that in 2047, India has to be a fully developed country. It has to be a self-reliant country in all critical sectors. You are fortunate. You are fortunate to be a witness because you will be the beneficiary also. Witness and beneficiary of it. But you are also fortunate to be contributing to that happen. Make it happen. And that would be the true gratitude, true tribute to Netaji and all those freedom fighters, those who gave their life and blood for us to prosper. Friends, I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.